Hello, 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 my friends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, evening if you're here as coming on live tonight. Welcome. If you're watching the replay, just put replay in the notes or in the comments, and then afterwards maybe drop a little comment about what you got out of this one. So I want to ask you, this is geared toward women leaders. And what I want to focus on, I want to ask you all a question. Do you ever feel like no matter how hard you push, there's just no end to the demands on your time, your energy, and your health? I'm Dottie Posto. I have 37 years of experience in organizational development, organizational change management, and coaching. And I work with women leaders like you to step off the burnout hamster wheel and create a life of clarity, of vitality, of sustainable existence, rather than all of the health issues. Studies show that women leaders are 1.5 more times likely to experience burnout than their male peers. And yet we continue to power through at the expense of our own health, our own happiness, our own family relationships, our success even. Recent studies indicate that 80% of women report feeling burned out. Yes, I said 80, not 8, not 18, 80. Today, I'm going to go through 3 of the key ways burnout might be showing up in your life and what you really probably want instead, and how you can actually take the first few steps toward reclaiming what I call the rhythm of life. There's ebb and flow. It's never an equal balance. It's just not how things go. So, what are some of the symptoms? I have a list of 20 things I could go through. But let's talk about 3 of them. And maybe as a post, I'll list more of those. But the first one is really a loss of happiness, a loss of joy, a loss of connection to yourself. Burnout often robs us of our hobbies, our passions, our creative outlets that once brought us pleasure, that brought us joy, that brought us happiness. We get so caught up in our work, we forget what it feels like to actually paint or garden or spend time with those we love without checking our phones, or without having to get up and take a call, or without having to, follow up on an email, to really be present. We've forgotten what it's like to really be present in all of our family activities. I worked with a senior leader who once loved hiking, and she used to hike every weekend. And now she's spending that time catching up on emails. She feels disconnected. Like, her biggest thing is she's just not present with her family. And she feels disconnected from her own identity outside of the work that she's doing. What if you could rediscover that spark and weave moments of joy and creativity back in your life? It doesn't have to be a whole day every week. It doesn't have to be hours and hours and hours. What I work with my clients on is finding those moments to infuse those things back into your life. The second issue that I hear from most women are the health sacrifices that often go ignored until it's too late. Burnout doesn't just affect our mood. It doesn't just make us irritable. It takes a toll on our physical health. For many women, this can look like cancer. It can look like autoimmune conditions. It looks like weight gain. It looks like chronic fatigue. It looks like digestive issues like irritable bowel syndrome. It is also maybe even, and for some, it's just, their knees are bad, their shoulders are bad, they have a bad back. All of these things really are stress-related injuries and stress-related conditions. Dr. Gabor Mate said, that our automatic and compulsive need to take care of the needs of others while ignoring our own is a major risk factor for chronic illness. So I know one woman that I talked to who said that, she powered through. She powered through and powered through and powered through until retirement and figured, I can finally relax in retirement. She ended up with 2 cancer diagnoses within the first year. We can't just continue to power through and stuff down all our emotions and ignore all of our health concerns, all of those irritating, annoying kinds of things that come up, because that stress that we're putting on our mind and our body actually weakens our immune system. So just imagine if you could wake up and have the energy to tackle your day without feeling like your body is actually fighting against you. The third thing that is kind of takes a lot of the challenges that the women I talk to face is the strain on personal relationships. Burnout can make us emotionally unavailable to the people we care the most about. Oftentimes we're with them physically, but mentally we're somewhere else. We're still replaying conversations. We're trying to think about what issues we had to deal with or what might be on deck tomorrow. I've talked to leaders whose children were hesitant to share their wins because the mom always felt, the leader that I was talking to always felt because that woman always felt the child felt that the woman was always preoccupied, that she wasn't really fully present and didn't really totally integrate what her child was saying. Imagine if you could leave work and truly be present with the people you love, with the people who light up your world. Now, I'll say that when we are in that fight, flight, or freeze, the stress response that comes with burnout, that most of us are operating at, if this is a huge stress event, maybe even getting cut off in traffic, or maybe, some sort of small t trauma, and this is calm and grounded, most of us operate about here with a constant level of stress. And that constant level of stress actually doesn't allow our imagination to function properly. So when I say imagine, and I say this oftentimes to potential clients and to my clients, imagine ... So if you are having trouble imagining, like some of my clients, don't worry, I've got you. And so let's talk a little bit about, when I talk with potential and current clients, here's a few things they talk about that they want. First, they want a life where they can set clear boundaries without guilt, without being, referred to as the bee, if you know what I mean, the biatch. They want to do it with respect. They want to do it without guilt, without pushback. So they want to be able to set clear boundaries with their team, with their colleagues, even with their family. Imagine if you could close your laptop at 5 o'clock or 5:30, knowing that what you've accomplished was what's necessary, and now you can focus on you can focus on the ones you love. Imagine putting strategic thinking time on your calendar every week, and no one is scheduling over it without your permission. That is part of what clear boundaries is all about. Imagine being able to set your phone down and know that no one's going to get upset, no one is going to be angry, no one is going to be worried if you don't answer an email after hours, that it can wait until the next morning. The second thing that my clients and the potential clients really want, the second real big desire, is to feel good. They just want to be healthy again. Some of them want to lose weight. Some of them want to wake up energized. Some of them want to just be healthy. They want to get rid of some of these annoying, either migraine headaches, digestive distress, aches and pains, chronic fatigue, all the variety of illnesses that come with the stress that weakens our immune system. What if you could commit to a workout routine and have the focus and energy and time and habits to truly nourish your body with good food and just feel alive, feel energized and excited about your day versus plowing through every day. Now, the third thing that most of my clients or potential clients talk about when we talk about like, what is your vision of a life without burnout, is having meaningful success without the sacrifice of giving up their life, of having to give their all to the company. I spoke with a woman once who used to work for one of the big 6 accounting firms, big 6 at the time. I think they're the big 4 now. And she said, the big 6 accounting firms, if you let them, will take all of you. And she said, and for a long time, I let them. And I don't think that's just the big 6 accounting firms. I don't think it's just the big 4 consulting firms. I don't think it's just the big corporations. It's so many of the companies nowadays. That's why 80% of women are reporting being burned out. Imagine a career when you can delegate confidently, lead strategically, have that strategic thinking time. You can celebrate wins and do it with clear mind and a focused mind and not just running from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting. You can imagine being able to leave that guilt behind, that guilt of I'm not doing enough. That feeling of having to prove that you belong in the level you are or prove that you're worthy of the next level. Let's talk about a few things that you can do in terms of the path forward. So the truth is that your dream life is actually closer than you think. And it doesn't require you abandoning your career, taking a step back, taking a drastic leap, quitting for 6 months and healing. It starts with small intentional shifts that build toward lasting change. Part of my methodology is I talk about ending burnout from the inside out. Oftentimes, what causes burnout are how we think. And part of the problem is it's not our conscious thought. It's our repetitive, automatic autopilot that's been running our life for years. And so with my coaching program, what I work with clients on is how to get back in touch with our own unique energetic blueprint. And my blueprint formula takes you through a period of assessment to kind of look at who is, get back to that core self, that authentic self, your gifts, talents, your preferences, your needs. Oftentimes in burnout, we've totally lost a sense of our preferences and our needs and our wants and even our gifts and talents. We've gotten into the habit of doing. Then we go through a period of just observing those habits and really kind of peeling back the layers of those habits that have been running our life on autopilot for so many years. And we start to build in some of those intentional habits that create a new way of being and being in touch with those moment by moment needs, whether it's connection, whether it's rest, whether it's a little bit of fun and joy in our life. And then we work on how do we sustain this over the long term, because I can help clients, and I do help clients end burnout for the last time. So you don't have to get beyond this hamster wheel, this treadmill of burnout ongoing time after time after time. So one of my clients was an executive with a major grocer, and in a period of a few months, we were able to help her set boundaries. She stopped volunteering for every single project where she felt she had to take on all of the projects on her executive team to prove that she was worthy of the next level, that she could prove that she was, able to handle all of the change that was coming their way. She was able to set boundaries at home. She stopped doing everything at home and everything at work. She learned about setting boundaries so that she and her husband, started to negotiate how things would be taken care of in the home. And she worked with her peers and her leader to negotiate how she could better and look at how she could better delegate so that some of the major projects that she was responsible for, she didn't have to do it all, which is what she felt like before she and I worked together. Now she actually works about 20 to 30% less than she used to, and she gets more done. She was shocked when she figured that out and told me, should I leave at whatever hour it was, 5 or 5:30 or 6, I don't remember. And she says, I get more done in the day because I'm more focused. I'm not trying to do it all. I'm not scattered trying to be everything for everyone. Now, if you're ready to stop just surviving, to stop powering through every day, to stop making yourself last, if you're ready to create what I call that rhythm and flow in your life so that you feel great and that you really thrive in your life, both at work and in your personal life, that you're thriving, not just surviving. Let's have a conversation about what's possible for you. I offer a free consultation to explore how coaching can help you create the clarity, the energy, the rhythm and flow, the balance, however you want to refer to it, and to really enjoy your life again, to have that presence, to be present at work when you need that, and to be present with your friends and your family and your loved ones when you want that. Now, you'll see in the comments after this post, I'll leave a comment that has the link to the free consultation. Please don't put it off any longer. Your life, your health, your relationships may actually depend on it. Burnout isn't a permanent sentence. You have the power to rewrite this story. Don't be part of the 80%. You don't need to be. I'd love to help you rewrite your story. I'd be honored to be your guide on that journey. Thanks for joining me and have a great rest of your week.